a story or two relative to that my children will remember, but interesting for posterity. I was very fortunate to have, in my younger years, or priesthood leaders, activity leaders that were representative of interest in me and all of the attributes of manhood, leadership that were good. So I enjoyed scouting. I enjoyed activity. All of a sudden, my son, my wonderful gardener, becomes 12 years old. And 1 year later, at 13 years old, he finds himself in Canada in a ward and old enough to be involved in scouting. We had not been there very long, only a few months. I came home about 7 o'clock one evening, maybe 7:30, came up the driveway of our mission home, and on the doorstep was the scoutmaster. And I came up in my car and opened the door, and I greeted I said hello. And he said, I'm here because your son is not in our scout meeting. And I want to know why he isn't. And I said, Brother, whatever his name was, I could think of it maybe, but no need to. I said, I don't know where Gardner is. And he says, well, he should be in scout meeting. And what are you going to do about that, President Brown? And he was angry. I could tell he was angry because Gardner had not been to other scout meetings. And I said, I don't know where my son is, but if he is not in scout meeting, that's because he has decided not to be in scout meeting. What are you going to do about it? I said, nothing. My son will go to scout meetings if he wants to. He will support scouting if he wants to. He will take advantage of scouting, but that is his decision, not mine. The very next day, I received a call from the church missionary head saying, Brother Brown, we just have received a word from the bishop of your ward that you are not supportive of the scouting program. That's of concern. I said, why would you get that kind of, why would you interpret me that way? Well, we received a call. And I explained to him that from the time I turned 12 years old, it would never have occurred to me to miss a scout meeting. And it would have never occurred to me not to take advantage of every merit badge and every activity that was sponsored by my scoutmaster and our ward. And I consider any time that I spent as among the most valuable times of my life. Scouting meant everything to me. But that was me, and that was my experience, and that was my decision. And my son, nothing would please me more than to have a similar experience. Nothing would please me more than for him to love and to anticipate scouting. But that's his decision. As good as the program is, as valuable as the program is, that's his decision. Am I right in that? I don't know. Was I wrong in not supporting the Scoutmaster in his time? Was I wrong in not having my son participate with those other young people, adding his personality, adding his energy? I don't know. I don't know, John, but I do know. It was Gardner's life, and he chose not to be a scout. He never got, I don't even know that he got his second class badge.